OAS slams Venezuelan intimidation. 1 in 3 adults have hypertension, and gas policy to be released soon. I am Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Venezuela's objection to Guyana's auctioning of new oil blocks has led to criticism from the Secretary General of the Organization of American States. Guyana has been advised to safeguard its territorial integrity and address the case with Venezuela at the International Court of Justice. Despite instances of aggression from Venezuela, Guyana has continuously pursued a peaceful resolution through the ICJ and other means, which ultimately rejected Venezuela's argument. The Attorney General Chambers has sent a letter to Troy Humphrey, the driver in the recent roundabout accident, demanding he pay $2.1 million for repairs. This action is part of a broader effort to hold accountable those causing damage to public infrastructure through reckless behavior. The government aims to recover costs for such damages and will pursue legal action alongside criminal charges as warranted by police investigations. Now, that's great and all, but I want them to have the same energy when it comes to compensating victims of police reckless driving. Just saying. Speaking of driving, a man, his wife, and their daughter had a fortunate escape when their vehicle caught fire in Berbice as they were on their way to Suriname. The driver, Dinesh Chotko, noticed signs of fire and promptly stopped the vehicle, allowing all occupants to safely exit before the car was engulfed in flames. The fire service successfully extinguished the blaze. The car was obviously unrecoverable. In education news, Spanish is now being taught in primary schools across the nation to equip students with language skills relevant to the job market, and given the influx of Spanish speakers attracted by the nation's economic growth, and of course their economic collapse in Venezuela. The National Center of Education Resources Development, also known as NCERD, has provided guidelines for teachers, and the government is considering importing teachers and exploring online platforms for broader access to Spanish education. Arriba! The Ministry of Housing has launched a mobile app to assist low-income homeowners in monitoring their housing subsidy applications. Developed by V75 Incorporated, the app provides real-time updates on application progress, construction updates, and key distribution. And in health news, the World Health Organization released a report on global high blood pressure, revealing that 1 in 3 adults are affected. However, 80% of those with hypertension are not adequately treated. Scaling up coverage could prevent 76 million deaths between 2023 and 2050. Lifestyle changes and effective management are crucial in combating this issue, which has doubled the number of people with hypertension between 1990 and 2019.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GTEat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GTEat is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
The IMF is calling for nations across the world to reduce tax breaks and subsidies for oil companies as fossil fuel concessions reach $7 trillion. This action could prevent 1.6 million premature deaths each year and increase government revenues by $4.4 trillion. Fossil fuel subsidies now exceed spending on education and healthcare, representing 7.1% of global GDP. The IMF highlights the immediate need to address climate change and emphasizes the environmental impact of fossil fuel consumption. Now for crime news. The police force is currently investigating a shooting incident involving 2 police constables and a man visiting the Border City Constabulary outpost. The suspect discharged 3 rounds from his service weapon, injuring both constables. The victims were taken to the hospital and are currently in stable condition. CCTV footage will be reviewed as part of the ongoing investigation. Meanwhile, Constable Lyndon Isaacs is currently on the run. Selwyn Parker was apprehended by police during a routine stop and search operation after a bag containing 1.3 kilos of marijuana was found near his seat on a minibus. Parker initially denied ownership but later admitted to it during questioning. He was arrested and taken into custody pending charges. Now for today's oil update. Guyana is set to release a draft of its gas strategy within the next 2 weeks for public consultation, as part of its goal to monetize the 17 trillion cubic feet of gas discovered in the Starboard Block. The government expects ExxonMobil to relinquish areas with significant gas discoveries if they are not interested in developing them. Exxon is currently appraising its discoveries and evaluating gas development strategies, including the determination of the best suited production facility. The first standalone gas development could potentially be near the border with Suriname, where the largest volume of proven gas reserves are currently located.
It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it placed to us. Last night I asked about the GRA Natural Resources Ministry debacle and your opinion on it.
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
However, it seems like no one had anything to say about it. So for tonight's question, I want to know, how is Guyana managing the potential environmental and social impacts tied to the expansion of the oil industry? Are we doing a good job? Are we doing a bad job? Are there some blind spots you see? I want to hear from you. So, think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Belfort saying good night, folks.